Hey, thanks for sticking around through the break. This is Kevin Fear. This is Pillow Talk, a show about sleep, about getting a better night's sleep, about learning about how to purchase your next sleep system and what to look for and things that affect sleep and how sleep affects your life and health. And my goal is that if you can get one thing out of this show that helps you get a better night's sleep or helps you in your next selecting your next sleep system, I have succeeded. You can watch these shows. If you have some desire to hear something I said again, or you don't get to catch the whole thing and you want to, at mattressexpressny.com, you can shop our products. You can find our store locations. You can watch my infomercial on the Number Bed by Instant Comfort, a tremendous bed that we are blessed to have, and so many people have purchased and just been grateful. They say it's incredible. One of the best built number bed in the market, in my estimation. 25-year industry leading warranty. Just great people that own the company. Great American company that builds these. I highly suggest that the next time you're in the market for a bed, you at least try one. So many people come in and we start you on the number bed just to, even if it's not for you, to determine what firmness you like, because you can make it really soft or really firm. And I can't tell you how many couples come in and they say, no, we're not in the market for a number bed. And we say, okay, let's just start here and see what you like so we can get a determination. And we dial in the one person and then we dial in the other person and we'll say, wait, your number's 40 and yours is 28. You clearly have different tastes for what you like. And they're unaware of it. And they say, wow, you're right. They end up getting a number bed. It's incredible. Today, we're going to talk about an article from CNN that I picked up. And I want to, say again, I'm not a medical doctor, much to your surprise. But these are just articles I pick up that I think are pertinent and relevant to sleep. And I share with you my interpretation of these articles. And the title of this article is Women, older adults, and those with lower income are more likely to use sleep medication. Survey finds despite potential health harms. And it starts out by saying, it was on CNN.com, millions of Americans say they regularly turn to medications for help falling or staying asleep, a practice that experts say can be dangerous for their health. So a new study found that roughly 8% of U.S. adults report taking sleep medication every day or most days, with use more common among those who are female, who are older, or who have a lower income level. Fascinating. I've never had to take medication to sleep. I'm fortunate. But I can understand why people would have to. The researchers define sleep medication use as taking any medication, whether prescription or over-the-counter, to help fall or stay asleep most days or every day in the past 30 days. They found that women were more likely to take sleep medication than men across all age, race, and ethnicity and income groups. Sleep medication was also highest among older adults, with 11.9 of those 65 and older saying they use a sleep aid every night or most nights. Sleep medication use fell as family income rose from 10% among adults below the federal poverty level to 8.2% among those making 2 or more times the federal poverty level. Interesting. You could draw a lot of conclusions from that. Perhaps they're more stressed about money or things in their life. I don't know. In women, sleep issues are often misdiagnosed. I see this in my clinical practice, they said, where women might be diagnosed as having insomnia when they actually have sleep apnea, because sleep apnea can show up very differently in women than it can in men. Fascinating. Sleeping pills have a lot of side effects, and older adults are more prone to experiencing the negative effects of these medications. These include things like confusion, the risk of falling, breaking bones, and are even at a higher risk of congenital issues like dementia. And so to see that highest rate of use in population is concerning. It's obviously a conversation to have with your doctor, not me. I'm just sharing this article with you, but it's also your bed. You got to be comfortable, right? You got to be sleeping in the proper position. I can't tell you, it's so frustrating to me. People, when I run into and talk to people socially, a lot of times they bring up their bed because that's what I do, right? And they'll say, yeah, I've got, my bed's been shot. God, it's got a hole. It's got a dip in the middle. It's been that way for a couple of years. I got to get in. It blows my mind that, people would spend that long waiting to correct that. I tell people all the time, it drives me nuts. You'll go out and lease a car that you spend, maybe most people, probably spend 30 minutes, maybe an hour a day going back and forth to work in that car. You'll lease it for 3 years. You'll have no problem turning that car in after 3 years. It's cost you, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 to own that car for 3 years. And when you come in to get a bed and we show you a bed that costs, a little bit of money, they say, oh my God, that's insane. Well, you spend a third of your life in this bed. It affects everything you do. And you're squawking over a little bit of money on something that's going to contribute to your whole quality of life. You got to put it in perspective. I understand it's a need, not a want purchase. I equate it to buying a washing machine. Nobody wants to spend money on a washing machine. But when you buy the nice front loader and the dryer's got the steam dry and it's got all the pedestals and the fancy colors and all the fancy features, you appreciate it for the next 10 years. It's no different with a bed. When you wake up every morning, you feel refreshed and rested. You see the value in investing in a proper sleep system. All right, health effects of long-term sleeping pill use. Experts say that sleeping medication can be helpful tools when used for their intended purpose. They may be useful for people who are going through acute stressors that make it difficult to sleep, such as divorce, job loss, or grief. Getting good sleep. They recommend that this doctor recommends using sleep medications for the shortest period of time. The minimal doses are at the minimal doses needed. We'll try to use them intermittently for support while we work on good behavioral strategies and addressing the other issues that are contributing to their sleep problems. These behavioral strategies, I'm going to get this out eventually, include keeping a consistent sleep schedule. We've talked about that a lot. Getting regular exercise, managing stress during the day, and limiting caffeine or alcohol in the evening. Yeah, really, really critical. If you have trouble sleeping, the last hour or two before you sleep, you got to disconnect, wind down, stay away from stimulants, coffee, alcohol, chocolate. Get your mind, get off the email, get away from the cell phone. For those that have difficulty sleeping, this doctor says cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia may help. Talk to your doctor. If you're waking up exhausted, talk to your doctor. Life is short. Why not live the best life you can? And part of living the best life is getting a great night's sleep, letting your body recover every night. I can't tell you how many people come into my stores on a regular basis and say, we stayed at a hotel last weekend and I never slept so good. And boy, I pulled the sheets back and this is the mattress I slept on. Do you have this mattress? Well, the answer is it's not that mattress. It's that you slept on a mattress that fit your comfort level, that wasn't all worn out. And it could also be that you were in a neutral environment where you were relaxed and had maybe the stressors were out of your life, right? So the first part is getting a mattress that's comfortable for your body, that gives you the proper support, that's not all worn out. And the second part is conditioning yourself, going to bed at the same time every night, getting up at the same day, winding down, not taking any stimulants before you go to bed. I know none of us enjoy this. If you're snoring, I used to think it was a female myth that men snored, but it's not. I snore. I have sleep apnea. I fought it. I admit it. I was wrong. I didn't like wearing the CPAP for the first couple of years, but now I've embraced it and I wore it. And I got to tell you, if I fall asleep without it, I went out of town the other night and I forgot a piece of my CPAP machine. I couldn't sleep. I was awake every hour. I never slept so horrible in my life. It has such a tremendous positive effect on your life. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Next time you need a bed, consider Mattress Express. Go to mattressexpressny.com for all our locations, for our hours. You can call anytime during business hours to 1-800-NEW-BEDS. You can watch the show on mattressexpressny.com. You can watch our infomercial on Number Beds. A lot of good information. You can shop our products. My name is Kevin Fear. Thanks for joining us this week. We're going to be back at it next week, God willing. If you're in a market that doesn't have stores, we're a short drive away. Believe me, your friends and neighbors are doing it. Thanks for joining us this week. This is Kevin Fear, and this was Pillow Talk.